Well, it's time to buy a new computer or to build another gaming system. The one that I have recently just disappeared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building this computer with learning from the mistakes and some of the things that I did in the first computer that now I can apply to this. What I found out in building my first really killer gaming computer was question 3 times and buy once. I bought, in the first computer I bought, I had the Asus Rampage 2 Extreme board. This was a killer board. The only thing about this board, though, was it had 3 slots in it. It was much bigger than a normal board, and it had an extra SATA controller in it. So it actually had 2 SATA controllers in it. It had a J Micron eSATA controller, and then a regular SATA controller. So you could put effectively up to 8 drives plus 2 eSATA external drives in this thing. And I just found it to be too much, and it was really pricey. It was over, at the time that I bought it, the last system that I bought was about a year ago, and it cost me close to $3,000 to put this computer together. I think I can do the same thing today with all the prices that came down. I could probably do it for about $1,800. I wouldn't get the Rampage 2 Extreme yet. I would get the Rampage 2, but I would get the Genie, and the Genie just has two Crossfire slots, or a full 16-bit SLI or Crossfire PCIe expansion slots in it. This board had 3. Now, I've never met anybody with 3 video cards, but you could have done it in this. Or you could have used 2 gaming cards and then use like one ATI All-in-Wonder for just Windows, and then when you were gaming you could use the 2 gaming video cards. But that's overkill, because today's video cards, especially the ATI 5800 and the 5900 series, one of those cards is plenty, and you could drive a 26-inch monitor and play any 3D video game out there, as long as you had an i5 processor or an i7, and it wouldn't be a problem whatsoever. The last computer that I had, I built with an i7 920 Intel CPU. I'm going to go the same route again because that CPU is just so fast, easy to overclock, and it's cheap. Now the 960, I think, which is the next step up, that's coming down in price. So by the end of next week, if the price difference is only $30–40, of course I'm going to go with the better CPU. But I'm going to start out with the i7, the 920, and the Asus Rampage Genie. And I think that motherboard and CPU combination will be great to start a base system on. My last computer, I used the Antec 1200 case, and that was a beautiful case. It was great, had plenty of fans. It was extremely quiet for having as many fans as it did. But I think I'm going to go with the Cooler Master case, because they just came out with a case that's really nice. It's middle of the road. It's not terribly expensive, and you know, for $240–250, it's a really nice case. The Antec 1200 you can get much cheaper, but I think that the benefits that you get in this in going with the Cooler Master case is just worth the extra money. So that's going to be what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with the 920, the Rampage 2 Genie, and I'll start with the Cooler Master, probably a stacker case. I love the NVIDIA edition stacker case, even though I'm going to use ATI cards. What a spoof that'll be. So that's going to be the beginning of the base system that I'll start with, and then we'll go on from there. And I'll post on my blog or on my live page the actual products that I picked from either Tiger Direct or Newegg. Those seem to be the only two places that I like to shop from. I've never had a problem with them, and I'll go from there.